Hello everyone, my name is Seth, and today I'm going to give you my review of Migration. I honestly had no idea what to expect from Migration. From the trailers to me, it just kind of looked like, your average kind of run-of-the-mill animated movie. I finally got around to watching it, and I'm glad that I did because it was a pleasant surprise. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. We are getting closer and closer to 200 subscribers. We just hit 170. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free. And you know what? You want to be in the first 200, don't you? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The story of this film is very simple. It's just this family of ducks deciding to do something that they've never done before. That's to leave their pond and go migrate south to Jamaica for the winter. And of course, they run into a couple of issues as the story goes along, but that's pretty much it. That's the story of this film. There's not really any twists and turns to this. It's just pretty straightforward, but simple doesn't necessarily mean bad. And I feel like this story does its job. It works. And a part of the reason why this film as a whole works is because of the strong writing and the strong characters. There's nothing in this movie that's brand new or that's unique, but I've loved to see something that I had never seen before. Yes, of course, absolutely. But the story here is serviceable, and it's just honestly just a cute and fun movie. This film is the definition of a movie that the whole family can enjoy. It's just very cute and charming and funny. So whether you have kids or not, no matter the age of your kids, I think this is something that the whole family can enjoy. And it doesn't overstay its welcome either. It's just short of an hour and a half, so it's not that long of a movie. So if you're like a couple of my friends, you got a 2-year-old at home, they want to watch a movie, this is probably a good one to throw on. And I think this film has really good pacing. Even though it's not that long of a movie, I never feel like it's rushing to get through anything, and it never drags either. I think one of the biggest things they get right here, and I absolutely have to applaud them for, is how they've written their characters. Each character is very well defined. They have their own particular characteristics and personalities, but they're not just like caricatures. They're not stereotypes. They feel like full, well-rounded characters. Even from the beginning of this movie, from the first scene, you get a good sense of who these characters are, and you get a sense that these writers understand the kind of story they're telling, and they're understanding the characters that they've written. The dad is a nervous character who really wants to stick with what he's familiar with. And the mom wants to protect the kids too, but she thinks a little adventure would be good for them. Then you have the uncle who wants things his way. He's kind of set in his ways. He just wants everything kind of how he wants it, but he has a soft spot for his niece and he'll do anything for her. It's stuff like that that really makes these characters work. And I think one of the biggest things that they absolutely nail here is the family dynamic. I love how in this film they show a kind of real functional marriage. The parents, Mac and Pam, are played by Kumail Nanjiani and Elizabeth Banks, and those parents have a good relationship. It felt real, and it felt like a good example of what a good marriage is supposed to look like. Yeah, of course, they have their differences. They disagree on a few things here and there, but they work together. You can tell that they love each other. You can tell that they love their kids. They work as a team, and they don't have this underlying tension throughout the whole film like a lot of other movies probably would give them. You see it all throughout media. It is so easy just to make the dad this bumbling idiot who's not really a big fan of his wife or who is annoyed by his kids. Maybe have the mom be the smarter one, but is constantly nagging the husband. You see the stereotype all the time. It's like, oh, why are these two even together kind of thing. You see that a lot in movies and TV, and they didn't do that here. They showcased a really strong family unit, and I absolutely appreciate that. I think we definitely need more of that in films, and especially in kids' films. I think it's important to see good marriages in film. And there's also a good relationship there between the parents and the kids. The kids, Gwen and Dax, are loving brother and sister. Sure, Dax's little sister can kind of get on his nerves a little bit, but he knows that she means well, and he wants to step up and be there for his family. How this whole family is written is absolutely fantastic, and this definitely makes up for a simple and predictable story. The voice acting is great here. I think a good sign of good voice acting is when you have a celebrity in the cast and they just kind of fade into the background. You know, you don't really hear the celebrity's voice, you just hear and see the character, and that's exactly what happens here. Like I said, everybody does a great job. Kumail Nanjiani plays the dad, Mac, and you absolutely buy it. His performance makes you connect with the character and kind of see things from his point of view. He gives a very fun performance. He delivers some of the laughs, but he does a great job in some of the more quiet moments as well. You don't think about him as the actor as he's giving his performance. You just think about the character. He has a lot of energy in his performance, and he brings a lot of life to Mac. And honestly, the same exact praise goes towards Elizabeth Banks as well. She does a great job, and she has great chemistry with Nanjiani as well. I would just love to spend more time with these characters, honestly. And the two kids in these roles do a really good job too. Casper Jennings played Dax, the older brother. He was in Sing and Sing 2. He had a much larger role here, and he did a very good job. Every one of his line deliveries sounded so real and natural, and he had great chemistry again with the sister character and with the two parents, and it just worked really well. Like, I never had to question the character once because of his performance. Trezi Gozel, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not sure. I never heard it spoken. She plays Gwen, and this is her first role, and she does a really good job. Her performance has so much energy to it, but it's a directed energy. It's not like her performance or her character's like all over the place. Her performance just goes to help make Gwen just such a cute character. Then we have Danny DeVito as Uncle Dan and Awkwafina as Chump the Pigeon. Danny DeVito is really funny in this. He's funny in everything, and he just makes this character work really well. Almost every line he has is just gold. And somehow Awkwafina has gotten herself typecast as a bird, but it works. And Keegan-Michael Key plays a parrot from Jamaica, and he's a lot of fun. He brings a ton of energy, and he brings a lot of laughs to this role as well. The animation all throughout this film is really beautiful. All of the environments look so pretty. Everything from the pond and the forest to the air amongst the clouds and the sunset, even to the city. Everything just looks so visually pleasing. We see these environments kind of from our character's point of view, and I really appreciate that. That just makes for such a pretty film to watch. They also get creative with some of the camera movements, and I love it when animated films do that because you have 100% control over the characters and the camera movement and how the camera moves throughout the scene. So what they did here really helps add to the visual appeal of this film. The actual animation of the characters were really good. There's a lot of detail there, and their faces are just so expressive to match the really good vocal performances. Each character stands out, and they have their own unique look. Overall, this was a pleasant surprise. I really enjoyed this film a lot more than I was expecting to. Is this the best animated film ever? No, I wouldn't even say it's the best animated film of last year, but this was definitely a pleasant surprise. This was a fun film. Although we have a simple story, it's something that you've probably seen before. This gives us some good characters and good performances with some really pretty animation. And this does really what you ask for an animated film. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's cute, and it is a perfect film for the whole family. I want to give this a 3.5 out of 5. But that's it. That's my review of Migration. Have you seen this film? Let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media pretty much anywhere at CinemaSeth, and I'll see you next time.